Okan, welcome to F.A.C.E. It's a pleasure to meet you. Let me ask you to unmute. How are you today, Okan?
Okay, you hear me? Yeah, thank you very much. You hear me?
I got you.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. First of all, thank you very much for having me here. I'm very delighted to be with you. I've been listening to you for the past half an hour, and uh, and I see that your points are very close to my points about where the economy is going and where the dollar is headed. And today I would like to give you some my insights about what I think about the U.S. economy, where it is going, and
Okay.
also
Did you
where.
want to share your screen? Do you have any
Yeah,
charts you want to show?
yes,
Have you used
absolutely.
Zoom before?
Yeah, I can I used it once or twice, but
Oh,
I know how to share a screen, so
okay.
I can take care
Okay.
of. Uh,
And Pavel Hala was very excited when he saw that you're going to be with us. So if you're here, Pavel, good morning to you. He's excellent. So you have a relationship with him?
uh,
Spreadcharts.com.
I am following him on the spreadcharts.com. He has a wonderful website and a wonderful tool for
Yeah,
commodity traders and forex traders as well.
yeah.
You can do all kinds of analysis from
Okay, so I'm
commodities.
waiting for your screen, Okan. It's that little green box. Here you go.
Okay.
All right,
So,
before we get to the markets, and then I won't interrupt you, I want to let you go, but um, you're a physician, right?
say again, please. Uh,
You're a doctor?
yes, I am. I have a PhD from Rennes School of Business in France. I am located in Turkey, though, and I have a company. I have a business in the U.S. as a commodity trading advisor. However, I'm not trading right now. I will be trading starting from next year. And for now, I'm preparing macroeconomic reports, and I prepare commodity reports, things like that. And
Okay.
I recently finished my PhD, so now I'm going to be more focused on trading for other people's money.
Okay.
As
Wow,
a
you went ahead and prepared a PowerPoint, so I'm going to let you take it away.
oh I actually prepared it for you. Do you see it? Do you see the PowerPoint?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on the screen. So you want to start with your first slide, or
Yeah, sure. I want to start with it. Okay, I want to give you some heads up about where we are and how we came here and in terms of US economy. Uh, you know, the Federal Reserve has been saying that this inflation fears is, transitionary. And there's nothing to fear about it. However, it turned out to be wrong. From March 2021 till March 2022, they have ignored. I mean, they have ignored this inflation fears. However, from March 2022, yes, they started raising the rates, and then then where we are right now is that today we are above 7.1% above the inflation target. So we overshot this inflation target, which is a very bad news. And obviously, the reasons for it is supply chain disruptions and higher commodity prices, and that is despite the strong dollar, as you know,
yes.
and also stagnating productivity. Also, all these things contributed to inflation. Now, I want to share with you as the second slide here. You know, uh, this slide is showing you the U.S. Growth rate versus the non-farm labor productivity. You see, in the last couple of months, the productivity has been going down, and this is not a very good news in terms of where the
No,
inflation.
because wasn't it productivity that restrained prices?
Well,
Good productivity. Yeah.
This is general productivity from non-farm payrolled people.
Yeah.
That that means that for people are producing less
More
product
goods, less time.
yes, so they need more time to produce, or they produce less product.
Right.
So that contributes to the supply problems. So that it is something that Fed is really
That's a change in
yeah.
this year.
Yeah, and it's, if you see from 2020, it has been it started stagnating. See, it's not
Yeah.
going up like it has been going up from 2013 into 2020. So that's one thing that we must be
So productivity is peaked and headed lower.
exactly.
Okay.
So then going into the next slide, I have I'm I don't know if you can see, but I'll explain to you the first I have two columns here. One is showing the growth versus the consumer, the growth versus the business.
Okay.
And on the first column, you'll see that this very first chart is showing you the unemployment rate versus growth. You see the unemployment rate is falling down, and growth is, it is okay. It's around like 2%, 1%.
Yeah.
That's where it is. Well, interestingly, isn't it interesting first that 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 the unemployment level is at its historic low, and now we are experiencing a recession. That's weird. Um, and then the next chart is showing us the consumer spending versus the growth. You see the consumer spending has been going up, and similarly, naturally, the savings have been falling down within this period. So these all contribute to the growth, right?
Right.
However, recently the consumer sentiment has been going down.
Record lows.
However, yeah, but going forward, looking forward, the consumers still seem to be optimistic. Why? Because the spending is high, right? So isn't it strange that the consumer sentiment is low, but consumer spending is high?
Are
So
credit cards great?
yes, so that shows us that today consumers are cautious, but they are more optimistic about the future. But when we look at the business side of the economy, that is different. On the
Yeah.
economic end, the business end, the businesses have been reacting uh, from the moment when the inflation has reached up to 2% target. So if you look at 2021, for example, the end of 2021, starting from then, U.S. construction spending has been slowing down, and then similarly, industrial production have been going down here in the last 1 year, and also the services PMI is also showing us that within the last 1 year, 1.5 years, actually, the PMI numbers are declining. So this shows us that the business is more cautious. So there's this difference between the consumer and the business. The consumer is more optimistic, the business is more cautious, right? And then we come to, I just want to tell you what the danger is. Look, we have when at the time when the money supply is going up, very naturally and normally the growth rate is falling, right? Now the Fed is talking about raising the rates. The danger is if 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 the consumers begin to to behave like the businesses, which means that if they start cutting off their expenditures, and begin to start savings. So in that case, I don't know how this growth rate is going to look like. I think that this growth rate is going to be more under pressure. So this
Okay.
is something dangerous. Why it is dangerous? If you go back to 1980s, in 1980s, when it was the Reagan administration, after 1979 oil crisis,
Yeah.
what they
I rem-
did, I don't know how old you are, but
I
what
was there.
happened was, oh, you're there, okay. What happened was that the inflation paid, and Reagan said, okay, we're going to whip the inflation. Wow, we're going to raise the interest rates. And then after 1982, after they raised the rates so too much, too high, what happened was right, great recession, like a long-term recession. So we had some bad times after 1982, just
82
because
was the bottom of the stock market, the prolific bull market, August 1982.
exactly, exactly. So this is not something. This is not something that Fed wants to do again. So they took their lesson in 1982. So they're not going to want to increase the interest rates too much. So they will show some reluctance going into 2023, even though the inflation is high. So they're going to try to find out different ways in trying to lower the inflation. And how is that going to be? First, I mean, uh, they're going to try to definitely they're going to try to curb the demand, the consumer demand for sure. But they can't do that too much. They're going to look for ways to put some pressure on the commodity markets. So, but is that possible? It is not possible only when the Fed is involved. It requires a lot of
Pain.
yeah, it requires a lot of things to do from the government level. Not only Fed can do it, and Fed is not is only printing dollars, but it's not producing commodities. So uh, so my belief, I think that yes, the dollar is strong. However, we are approaching to the end of dollar strength because of this problem here. So the Fed is going to show its reluctance. It will be more reluctant to increase interest rates, and I believe that the dollar is going to begin to show some signs of weaknesses.
Okay, will it be a correction in a bull market, or are you looking for a secular turn?
In the stock
The
markets,
dollar, in the dollar.
oh well, I think that is going to need to be a sustained dollar weakness.
Okay.
Otherwise, the stock markets cannot rise.
Okay.
The
So
stock,
the next sacrificial lamb is the dollar. I've been talking about it for a while to make things look all right.
yes,
Because nominally it will hold up prices
exactly.
of assets.
Yeah, the asset prices. Uh, for the asset prices to go higher, we need a weaker dollar. The
Exactly.
Fed knows this. I mean, look at the last 1.5 years.
Yeah.
The commodity markets have been going up, and the dollar has been going up. That was strange. I mean, that is not normal. Under normal circumstances, if the commodities are going up, you would expect the dollars to go down, the dollar index.
Yes.
But for
Well,
these
that's
all
kind of a war play. They both went up.
exactly, yes, that is true. So there are many other reasons for why this happened. Well, it is a coincidence of the Ukraine war and a- and the post pandemic situation.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you combine all these things together, you can explain why the dollar has been moving up. But from today into to 2023 and more and further, if dollar continues to be this strong, then who is going to buy the stocks? You see.
Okay. So calling this a potential dollar top, you do any technical work? You think that the top is in, or we can make new highs again?
Well, there's always a chance for new highs. So it requires some caution. To when you're going short the dollar, you have to be cautious. I would suggest that if you're shorting the dollar, then you know then buy some stocks. If as a hedge against each other.
Okay. All
Um,
right. What would be your preferred short against the dollar? The commodity currencies gave up a whole lot less during that period of dollar strength than euro, cable, yen.
uh, you mean what would I want to
Yeah.
buy
What
against the
would you
dollar?
short the dollar against? Aussie, Canada?
I would buy the Canada. The reason
Okay.
is this
Oil?
not the Aussie, but because the oil is up. See, the oil's strength is going to last longer. Why? Because the oil producers need to invest in production. So the higher commodity prices, the higher oil prices will remain for some time. So the Canadian dollar is one currency to buy against the dollar.
Okay. All right.
And then one more thing I want to express to you. This is kind of different. This chart here is from spreadcharts.com. This is the chart that Pavel has shared with me. Very interestingly. Um, as I mentioned to you that I would like to, I am more towards shorting the dollar. And if when I short the dollar, I don't buy other currencies against the dollar.
You
I
just trade
trade
the
the
dollar
commodity.
index?
No, I look at the dollar index as an indicator of where the
Okay.
dollar is going,
Okay.
and then I trade the commodities
Okay.
uh,
Got it.
uh, that replicates the dollar position. And one of the positions that I worked on, and Pavel helped me show. I mean, Pavel helped me develop this chart. He sent this chart to me on the Twitter, and this chart, the chart on the top here, is basically showing you a position where you're buying the nearby crude oil and selling the 1 year maturing crude oil, which is a calendar spread of the crude oil. And then at the same time, you're selling the nearby gasoline and buying the 1 year delivery gasoline. So this is a spread of a spread. So this is a spread of calendar for the crude oil and the gasoline. So here there is a correlation between. Do you realize that there's this interesting correlation between this position and the U.S. Dollar index? So when this when this four leg position is rising, the dollar index is falling, and when the dollar index is rising, this uh, position's return is falling. So there is this negative correlation between the dollar index and these two four-leg positions. However, strangely, starting from the March or February or March of this year, both of these charts have been going up. The dollar index has been going up, and this position's return has been going up, right? And this is not normal. So in this situation, as a person who is dollar bear, And assuming that this correlation will turn to negative as it was in the past, what I do is I'm following this strategy where I buy the nearby crude oil futures and sell 1 year delivery of crude oil futures, and then sell the gasoline futures of the nearby futures, and then I buy the 1 delivery gasoline futures. So when I do this strategy, when I follow this strategy, I am kind of acting as a dollar bear.
Okay,
Okay, so this is basically what I wanted to
interesting.
talk about. And one other thing you can do with commodities, if you want to sell the dollar, if you want to trade as a dollar bear, what you can do, you can sell the gold and buy the silver. Let me show you. For example, here there's a chart.
Yeah, the gold silver ratio.
Yeah, the gold silver ratio. Look at the gold silver ratio and the dollar index. They are moving all together. I mean, generally they like to move together. And well, sometimes in some cases they don't move together. And when this happens, this is an opportunity for you to actually trade, not the dollar itself, but to trade the gold silver ratio.
It had a
So
pretty negative week this week, failed a little bit under 50%. So are you negative this? You would sell the gold silver ratio or buy it?
I will, as a dollar bear, I will sell. I will sell the
Okay,
gold, buy the silver.
okay.
And look what happened in the
Yeah,
last 72 hours.
yeah,
Only yesterday, silver went up by 7%,
right.
and the gold, well, gold went up, but in, the gold didn't perform that well. And then within the last 24 hours, the dollar fell and the stocks rose.
Okay. So appreciate your perspectives. And have you done many interviews before?
No, this is actually the first time I have this kind of an experience. I really
Well, you
like
did
it.
great.
Thank you very much.
Do you
In
want
the
people to, do you have any kind of business model? Do you want people to follow you on Twitter? Why are you on social media? And where should people, if you're interested in having them contact you, do it?
Okay, you can contact me always. You can contact me on Twitter, and I have an email address. If you want, I can share it here. You can also email me. You can go to Twitter. Let me show you my. Let me write here. I'm gonna write here for you to see my Twitter address. That's Okan Aybar. That's my Twitter,
Okay.
and that's my email address. And going into the future, starting from next year, I will have this website activated. Let me write it here. It's not active right now, but you can follow it.
Well, I'm grateful to Twitter that our paths crossed and that you accepted an invitation. And it's always great to have, we learn from everybody, and you have some great insights, and got almost everything you said, you know, might scare you, but I'm with you on it. So yeah, hopefully we don't have a lot of company, and really appreciate you being here, Okan, and
Thank
you're
you
now
for
my
having me.
trading warrior brother.
Thank you. Thank you again.
You accept it?
Yes,
All right. Okay. So my trading warrior brother, everyone, Okan Aybar, and follow him on Twitter. And you could tell that he follows smart people and has lots of ideas of his own. And I'm glad that we were able to have this little discussion here. To great way to cap off the week.
thank you.
Okay. So that's a wrap, everyone. Now you could join the team and about 15 minutes for the morning edge. Hope that everyone had a good week. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Recharge your battery over the weekend. I have a feeling it's not going to be a real slow summer. So August might be a little bit more than vacation time. Thank you again, Okan, and everyone have a great weekend. Adios.
Thank you, Dale. Have a great weekend.
You're very welcome. My pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure too.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, you speak to
All right.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.